Hi everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. Well, we are snowed in here in New England, north of Boston, Peabody, Massachusetts to be exact. We have been getting snow for a couple of days now. Well, actually, it was kind of a wintry mix. So I'm kind of snowed in, and I thought that I would come today to do 2, maybe 3, I don't know, because I'm so snowed in, and the snow has not stopped. I'm hearing that it's going to be at least another, 4 hours of snowfall, and boy, I don't know if it's I'm getting older or what, but the snow really does it to me. Maybe that's why everybody moves to Florida. I don't know. But anyway, I do love snow. I love this time of year. And I wanted to come today for this first installment today to show you these really fun cards that are part of a whole image set, or cartridge as they were formerly known, by this designer named Anna Griffin. You may or may not know about her. You see, she does a lot of things on the Home Shopping Network, and she's really, I think she's more southern than she is, northern, so whatever. But she's got some really unique style, and she does some really lacy, very intricate things. But a couple of years ago, she came out with this image set called Christmas Kitsch, Kitsch. Kitsch is a word, I think it's Yiddish. I'm not really sure. I need to ask my Jewish friends, but I think it's Yiddish, and it's one of those marvelous Yiddish words that means basically garish or tacky, but cute in its own ironic way. And I love the title of this cartridge, and I love everything on it. There's about 24 projects. I'm just showing you 2 of them. This is completely accessible. This image set is accessible in Design Space. When you go to do an image search, you're going to choose cartridges up on the top where the search is when you're in the search, and then you can type in Christmas and it will come up as a part of the results. Christmas Kitsch by Anna Griffin. So these are 2 of the cards. I want to point out that first of all, pink and green are my favorite colors, and I think they're also Anna's favorite colors. So I wanted to do justice to her favorites, and also to show you that Christmas cards do not need to be strictly red and green. You can play with some colors. Obviously, I put some pinks in here. I found this great little background piece that becomes the base of the card. Here's another one, a pink Christmas trees. That's the base, and then I used lime green. So let me show you how quickly these go together. Basically, it's just a base, you see, and you build the piece that gets attached to the base. Now, there are some smallish pieces. I'm going to try to get this in camera this time, but there are some smallish pieces, which I know can be a little challenging for some, and that's okay. There are a few other projects in this grouping that don't require these smaller piecing things. I don't necessarily have a hard time with the glue so much as I have a hard time with lining it up correctly. But what you're going to do is do the best you can, and you create this I don't know what you call it, like a embellishment, or it's part of the card. This becomes your bottom, and then you notice that it's actually notched down here, so it's for better placement. There's also notches here for the placement of the letters, slight notches here. And then once you've got this embellishment, I guess, or this, I don't know what you call it. Oops, oops, oops. Sorry, I don't know why the dogs are barking. But once you get that done, you can glue it, and then you just simply put it on the base of the card. And this one I did in this like kind of a peppermint stripe. I don't know, to me that seemed kind of fun and funky, and yeah, I guess kitschy. Kitschy in the true sense of the word, meaning it's a little tacky and garish, but also sort of fun and interesting in its ironic or sort of humorous way. I think that's what I like about them. It's also, kitschy is also a word that is often used when it comes to like vintage things. I think that's where she was getting at the name when she named it. But let's see. I'm just going to continue to show you as I'm talking. So this cartridge is pretty big. There's all kinds of stuff in there, but it's not the only cartridge that Anna has. She also has a number of really awesome, really awesome cartridges that have some very, very delicate cut out cards, and they're layered. She calls them like lovely layered cards. And then she embellishes them over the top. So she really is very good at gilding the lily. Have you ever heard that expression, gilding the lily? A lily is beautiful in and of itself. It really doesn't need to have it embellished with gold. And yet gilding the lily, putting gold on a beautiful lily is like a way to say it's over the top. It's like even prettier than prettier, more elaborate and more fancy, elegant. So if I had to describe Anna in those words, I'd say that she is definitely someone that likes to gild the lily. And hey, more power to her. I met her last year at the Cricut Mountain Make-a-thon, and first of all, she's tiny. She's a tiny little thing, and the energy on her, if you've ever seen her on TV, the energy on her is exactly in person as she is on TV. She's very upbeat and positive and just tons of energy. She came into my classroom and saw that I was making some of her cards, and she said, "Those are my cards." And I said, "Yes, absolutely, those are your cards." And we had a good laugh, and it's just kind of a wonderful person, a nice person to meet, and definitely one of those people that when you meet in person, they're genuine. You know, she's a very genuine person, and I really appreciated that. The great thing about Anna is that's different than the other designers. There are a couple of designers that work with Cricut, but the Cricut folks try to, get a lot of different designers. But I think the thing I like about it is that you don't have to import any files. Yes, you may have to pay for them a little bit, but if you are an Access member, you do get money off of digital purchases. I don't know if you know about that. So if you're already an Access member, you can get some money off. It depends on the digital. Sometimes it's 50% off, and sometimes it's 10% off. That's another Cricut Access benefit. You don't necessarily, a lot of people, they look at the Cricut Access and they think, oh, well, it's just I'm paying for images and maybe I'll never ever use those images. But honestly, there are some images that are not included in Cricut Access. They're usually the licensed things, the designer things, and those things are priced so that you're given discounts if you're already an Axis member. I like that about that. Isn't this adorable? I just love this. Holly Jolly Christmas. And it's got the green, and it's got the and it's like the mint or the jade green and the red with the pink, which I picked up all of these colors from this background piece. Isn't that adorable? Now, and again, these are just two of, I'd say, 24 or more projects, mostly cards, but some things that you can just use as embellishments or even Christmas ornaments that you will find in Cricut Design Space in a cartridge called Christmas Kitsch by Miss Anna Griffin. And I'm happy to present these lovely cards to you. We are, as I mentioned when we started, I'm kind of snowed in today, so I'm going to be coming back a little bit later to show you a unique something that I created. I'm going to give you the file for. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek right now, but I created these, I would call them cutout cards. This is one that is for obviously for Hanukkah. It's a very basic card, but it's a cutout, and it has like a little featured color, and then a sentiment that are put on there. And I've done it in so many different styles, so just to kind of give you an idea of what you can do with this. This one, wise men still seek him. And then from my Bible friends, you know this quote, for unto us a child is born, and getting real close to show you. These are my own creations, and I'm going to give you these files a little later on. I'm going to show you how to put them together. Super simple, and use them as a jumping off point to come up with even more. In fact, I think I have about a dozen different files. I've got to determine which ones I'm going to put in the file for you. Anyway, that's really what I have for you for this episode. Tune in later today when we go over these cards, the cutout cards. And if you want to purchase, I can put together a file and so you can have a look at it. But if you go to, you can play with any file, even if it costs money. But if you go to cut it, that's when you're asked to pay for it. So if, say, for instance, you're not interested in the entire cartridge, I can give you the file for both of these cards, and you can either pay for each card individually, choose one or the other, or perhaps you want the entire cartridge. That's fine, but just know that these are not free. They are discounted in Cricut Access, but they are not free. And let's see. That's it for today. Hey, listen, I just wanted to give you an update. I am this close to making my Christmas goal on YouTube. I am so amazed. I am almost at 2,000 subscribers. It's a little bit of a magic number for me, a goal that I set a couple of months back that I am starting to realize that I'm going to be seeing, and that's all thanks to you, my lovely fans and subscribers. And we are just having a ball over here with our Cricut crafts. If you haven't already seen them, I would encourage you to add your name to my subscriber list. I also, in addition to doing these fun crafts, we also are able to give you all of the current sales and an additional percentage off and free shipping on most orders from Cricut.com. So it behooves you to become a member, and it helps me. It helps me reach my Christmas goal. So if you are not already a subscriber, head on over to YouTube and subscribe. And also on Facebook, you can like and follow me on Facebook as well. Thanks so much for coming today. I hope you all are surviving this massive snowstorm, and we'll see you really soon.